Hey traders, Mark here, PPT Trading Systems. Today is Tuesday, July 18th. So I just really want to focus on the swing trade that I've been showing lately on what I'm calling the L24. I had some questions on it, people asking me what it's derived from and asking me to do some teaching on it. So let me just walk through this, just the overall principle of the trade. So the thought process is I'm looking for a larger target. So I want to I want to put on what I'll call a 1R risk. So R is going to be our risk multiple. All right, so I'm going to risk a 1R to go for a 2.5R. So I'm risking $1 to make $2.5. Okay? So risking $1 to make $2.5, I can have, a 35 to 40% win percentage and still make pretty good money. So as long as I can prove out that concept, it's just a matter of adding capital to scale the system. And in Forex, with a 60-minute chart, well, I'm never going to have more capital than what this market can't handle. So here's the principle behind this. So it's really pretty simple. Let me start back here. So I want to start where price crosses the 200 period moving average. So this is just a 200 period moving average. Once price crosses the 200 period moving average, the next thing I want to see is I want to see my L24 greater than my 200 period moving average. And it needs to be bullish, meaning that the current day L24 is greater than the prior day L24. And then I want that first trade either at the L24 or at the 200 period moving average. My entry point is very simple. I wait for a green up bar, and my entry is 1 pip above the high of the green up bar. So right here. My stop, 10 pips below the low of that green up bar. So I just take whatever that risk is, multiply it by 2.5. That's my target. So let's follow this bullish move on the Euro USD. So you can see clearly an easy target achieved. Now, I do not take the next L24 trade. So I would not take a trade here. For me to take another trade at this point, I want to see my L24 to go bearish and then back bullish. And I want the first one again. So let's follow along. You can see I'm still bullish, bearish. All right. At this point, I want to wait for the L24 to go back bullish, and then I want to trade. And at that point, I can take a trade either at the L24 or at the 200 period. All right, so here you go. You've got your move back into the L24. Here's your green up bar. You can see we've gone bullish again. Here's my green up bar. Confirmation right here. Stop 10 pips below here. Let's see, to get stopped out. 86. Stop would be 76. No. Clearly no stop out. You got a nice little winner here. Now, check this out. My L24 went bearish here. So my next trade, I can take a trade now back at the next L24 or back at the 200 period. Here's my L24, and this is stopped out. Okay? So I've got two winners here at a 2.5R, one loser at a 1R. So I'm still well ahead. Okay? Now, price here comes back into the 200 period. This is my first move into the 200 period since the L24 went bullish. So even though the L24 is bearish, I still take my first move into the 200. Now, in fact, gang, this is the trade that I put on last week. So if you go back and look at the videos on my YouTube, let me pull it up here. There was a trade that I showed in the last YouTube video. This trade had not hit target yet, and it ended up hitting target. Actually, the target was 1549, so it ended up hitting target right up here. So the entry was all the way down here. Is 135 pip target. Okay, so now I don't have any other trades to make on this pair. So if you see, once price crossed the 200 here, we had 4 trades. 3 winners at a 2.5 R, 1 loser at a 1 R. Gang, that means I can lose my next 6 trades, depending on the size of the stop, and still be break even. That's a killer system. Now let me show you a trade that I just put on today. Oh, actually, I'll show you. I got ran over on one. I also showed this one on the last video. I think it was a pound yen. Yep. All right, so if you guys recall, I talked about in the video that I missed this trade because I didn't want to risk this much money. Instead, what I did is I said I was willing to risk 60 pips, which would have been 55, an entry of 55. So I had a limit order there. They filled me last night while I was sleeping and then stopped me out. So this one I got ran over on. But let me show you a trade that I just put on today. So you can see my stop and my target. Let me show you my entry price. Entry price is 36. Let me put a price marker there. Right there. So here's my entry price. Here's my stop. Here's my target. I think it's like 95 pips or something like that. So we'll see how this thing works out. Currently I'm up about 20 pips on the trade. All right, gang. I just there's not a whole lot of stuff to talk about on the day trading. It's been a really slow summer day trading, and from an equity curve standpoint, really just sideways, a little bit down, but not a big deal. I've got some other things that I'm working on from a higher time frame standpoint to take some pressure off of day trading. I also have a system that I've been testing now for about 5 or 6 weeks, and I'm going to come on YouTube here and I'm going to do a video really showcasing this thing because it's a very important concept for anybody aspiring to be a day trader. It's a very important concept for you to learn. And really it's going to bust some trading myths that you believe to be important in your trading. And I'm going to show you why it's not important. All right, gang. Have a great rest of your day.